This is the Shure AONIC 50 Gen 2, and Shure claims it brings studio-grade sound with long battery life and improved noise cancellation. But after a solid week of use, I found something the marketing glosses over, something you deserve to know before dropping $350. Stick around. I'll tell you whether it's really worth your cash. Shure AONIC 50 Gen 2 product overview. Alright, so what are we dealing with? The Shure AONIC 50 Gen 2 is Shure's second-generation over-ear wireless noise-canceling headphone aimed at serious listeners, musicians, and creators who want more control over their sound. Shure released it in mid-late 2023, or announced it then, as an upgrade to the original AONIC 50. Key pitch: it promises studio-quality sound, a beefy 45-hour battery life, better ANC than Gen 1, and a new Spatializer mode to give your music more air and depth. It's not targeted at casual earbuds fans. This is for folks who care about sound tuning, want flexibility in wired USB and BT modes, and appreciate a more robust audio tool rather than just press play and forget. Shure AONIC 50 Gen 2 performance. Specs may impress, but how does it feel day to day? I tested the AONIC 50 Gen 2 in three main scenarios: commuting, train, bus, desktop music and YouTube use, and travel, flight. Commuting, noise environments. The ANC is better than Gen 1, and in my tests, it handled constant hums, air conditioning, train motors, fairly well, but it's not class-leading. Tom's Guide, in their full review, calls the ANC poor compared to top-tier rivals. Desktop and work use. Here's where it shines. When I plugged in by USB, the headphone becomes a USB DAC, and you can switch between a communication mode, 16-bit 48 kHz, and a high-res listening mode, 32-bit 384 kHz. Note, in high-res mode, features like ANC, mic, Spatializer, and EQ get disabled. Flight and long sessions. Battery life held up well. I didn't hit 45 hours in extreme use, but in typical mixed use, I got 30 to 35 hours before needing a top-up. And the quick charge is legit. 15 minutes of charge gives you roughly 5 hours of playback, which is super handy. Features and tech. Let's dig into the tech that makes this interesting or problematic. 1. USB DAC and high-res mode. You can plug in via USB-C and use the headphone as a DAC and headphone combo. In that mode, you can enable high-res listening, 32-bit 384 kHz. But fair warning, when you do that, you lose ANC, Spatializer, mic, and EQ customization. 2. Spatializer plus custom EQ via Shure Play app. One of the cooler bits, the Spatializer mode lets you simulate sound coming from external speakers, 3 presets: music, cinema, podcast. In my trials, music was subtle but pleasant. It thins that closed-in, in-head feeling. The app also gives you a full parametric EQ, low shelf, high shelf, and 2 bands, and the ability to save to the headphones. 2. Improved ANC and MaxAware mode. Shure says the ANC is improved over Gen 1. They also include a 3-position slider for ANC modes: off, ANC, and MaxAware, where MaxAware lets in voices while cutting background. In testing, MaxAware was decent. It let me hear announcements and voices without pulling off the cans, but it's not perfect in very loud environments. Design and build. I'd say Shure struck a solid balance here. The AONIC 50 Gen 2 has a matte, black aesthetic that feels clean and professional. The headband and ear cups are padded decently, and in long sessions, I didn't feel any serious pressure points. Some users report the padding softens further over time. Build quality feels sturdy. This is a headphone you expect to last, though long-term durability is still being tested in the wild. The ear cups don't fully fold flat. You can twist, but it's less portable than some fold-flat designs. Pros. Studio-grade detailed audio that's customizable via EQ and Spatializer. Strong battery life plus fast charging. Flexible connectivity, Bluetooth, USB DAC, and analog. Comfortable for long sessions with solid build. Cons: ANC is good, not class-leading. Weak mic performance, not ideal for calls or meetings. Lack of water dust resistance, no folding hinge. Final verdict. So, is the Shure AONIC 50 Gen 2 worth picking up? I'd say yes, if you fall in the discerning listener, audio enthusiast, or creator camp. This is a headphone for people who want control over their sound, who sometimes want to dip into high-res wired setups, and who don't make mic performance or folding portability a must-have priority. If your use case is mostly commuting through loud trains, or you make tons of calls, there might be better all-rounders.